Alright, let's set this bad boy up. We're going off a jump at 5 meters per second at a 42-degree angle. And we know there's going to be a horizontal, but we don't need it right now. What we do need is our vertical, because we're going to attack how high first. And if I do SOHCAHTOA, it's 5 times the sine of 42 degrees. And I get 3.3 meters per second. And again, this is at the top of the path. My velocity is 0, so I can pull out v final squared equals v initial squared. I'm going to go negative 2, 9.8. Where'd the negative come from, you might ask? I took it out of my gravity and I threw it out there, because a negative and a positive is going to be negative anyway. And then change in y. Where's change in y come from? We're in the vertical. I'm going to start using y instead of x. My final velocity is 0. Needs to get squared. Doesn't really matter. My initial, we just figured that out. It's 3.3. It's going to be squared. Minus 2 times 9.8 meters per second squared. And then change in y. I have to subtract the 3.3 meters per second from both sides. That went away, forgot to do that. Negative 2 times 9.8 meters per second squared times change in y. Okay, I'm videoing. Alright. Sorry about that. Alright, I gotta get change in y all by itself. I'm going to divide both sides by this negative 2 times 9.8 meters per second squared. When I do that, that goes away. But what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. And so I'm going to go 3.3 and I'm going to square it, and I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to divide it by 2 times 9.8, and that's in parentheses for order of operations, and I get a change of y equaling 0.56 meters, so half a meter off the ground after you go off that jump. That is how high you would go. Woo woo? Alright, we're not done. We'll go to the next slide and we'll do how far. Alright, now we're going to how far our horizontal matters now. Okay, so I can do a squared b squared to get this final one, so it's 5 squared minus 3.3 squared, square root answer, 3.8 meters per second. When I go to how far, it's d equals vt. My v is 3.8 meters per second. And I need a horizontal time. When you need a horizontal time, you steal it from the vertical. Since I'm dealing with velocities now and not distances, I can go a different route. I can go v final equals v initial. I'll go minus gt because the gravity's minus. And the beautiful thing of up and down from the same spot is they're the same number, they're just a different direction. So my final velocity is negative. Why negative? Because it's pointed down on the end. And on the beginning, the initial velocity, it's pointed on the way up. And minus 9.8 meters per second squared. And times in there. I need to subtract 3.3 from both sides and get negative 6.6 meters per second, and that equals 9.8 meters per second squared multiplied by time. Apparently, I've been getting bullied about my choice of words. How do you get t all by itself? Let's divide this 9.8 out of there. Negative 9.8, sorry. And that's going to be 2 negative signs, which makes positive time. That's good news. And I'm going to go 6.6 divided by 9.8. I'm going to get a time of 0.67 seconds. Now I'm going to times that by my 3.8 to finish my little equation over here. and I get a how far of 2.6 meters. That's how far. Alright, these are getting easier? I hope so. Bye-bye.